because his improvement and his ability to win those like game 5 situations has improved so much over the last like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So any set record that he had in the past, it feels like we're watching a different Jezo.
Do you think, well, I was going to say, do you think, is there like a certain character that Owl always goes, or is it just like going like different all the time? I know he's gone Seth now, but like, has it been Sora before? Has it been Banjo? Is it whoever he wants?
To my knowledge, there's been a real variation.
Okay, that's fair.
Again, they play a lot because they go to the same regionals.
Yeah.
They've played an awful lot again. Jezo, you know, very much stuck to the rock the entire time, but yeah, you know, Owl has gone like Sephiroth, Sora, Banjo, I'm pretty sure K. Rool at some point, like. But again, you know, as Chucky was saying, this is like a new Jezo.
Yeah.
The Jezo that's shattering expectations, and the glass ceiling, the shards are on the floor, and who knows how high you can fly.
Yeah, honestly, I get you. That's metaphor, by the way. I had to envision that. Don't know if anyone else envisioned that.
Good.
I kind of envisioned that.
The shards on the floor and like heli and base speeds.
I had Sephiroth's wing, like one wing, but 2 of them on Jezo's shoulders in my head, and him just flying up, you know?
Yeah.
With that face he made of that when he popped off. He can't pop off now, though. He's getting kind of farmed.
I don't know if I got into the details well, Joycey, but do we know how Owl normally goes with his Unique 2? Is it like Sora? Is it Banjo?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Like, is Sephiroth new? Like, do we know?
I think so. I know from like speaking to Owl here and there that Owl has kind of been in a bit of a character crisis for the entirety of Ultimate.
Yeah.
There's been sort of like, there's been this point where obviously right at the start of Ult he had the Joker. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Banjo came out and, you know, became sort of one of the pioneers of the character worldwide, doing extremely well. And then obviously we've had Sora, we've had, you know, what's the other character? Sora and Sephiroth. It's right in front of me. But so I think because they've been, you know, again, it's a large set count over a number of years, so I imagine there's been a variation of characters. I can't say for certain necessarily.
For sure, yeah.
But I think, given that in general, we haven't really seen the OwlBBs Sephiroth for a while.
But it's cooking today, which is probably a good
I've been
reason
a
why
big fan of it.
It's been looking good.
Big fan of the set.
We saw it at like Rise. I think after Wave Smash, he had like another character crisis again because he went Bayo then.
He was going K-Rool a lot of the time as well.
He was going, yeah, he went K-Rool in a couple of events. I remember him going K-Rool like all of Resurgence, and that was really funny.
Yeah.
But like he went Bayo at Wave Smash. He lost to Mystic Eyes and Focus Miss, who both had good runs, but it was like a bit wishy-washy. And then since then, you know, at Rise, we've seen the Seth, and he's been using Seth a lot more at like cargo locals and stuff.
Big fan of the Owl roll. I love it.
Jez is honestly, Jez is doing a pretty incredible job right now. You can definitely tell that these two.
Oh my God! Aggressive fair.
Yeah, well, you can tell he knows the matchup because he ran up and countered Gyro, and he's going to convert off that all the way.
Can I just point out that entire sequence? Like, he was playing so methodical the entire game, spacing so well, and then he noticed that Jez was cornering himself in that last game and went full-on aggressive. That was an incredible change of play at the end there.
And I feel like that type of like choking type of pressure on you, like suffocating, I guess, can be so scary to kind of like switch up in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so hard
like
to
you
do.
said, playing so methodical throughout the whole game, and then to just switch up at the last second to kind of catch you off guard. I don't think Jezo was ready for that.
It's very rare to see a tempo shift like that from a lot of players, because like if your methodical play is working, like it was, and
why
then
switch it up,
and then
right?
why switch up? And Owl just did it, and then it works so well. I'm very impressed with that. I was very impressed with that sequence. Yeah.
Well, I feel like with Owl Sephiroth, the difference with his and like other Sephiroths, like other top level ones or other just good ones in general, is I think what you mentioned is true. I've noticed that too. Is a lot of tempo shifts. Like he kind of plays at his own pace. He doesn't do like the classic Sephiroth things. He'll like randomly up B on you and kind of like check what you're doing on shield and then do a different type of mix up. He keeps it fresh for me. In terms of like Sephiroth play.
I've got to be real. OwlBBs is one of the like players that is so good at making you feel stupid. Like the way that, you know, because sometimes against some players you think, okay, maybe it's just a matchup that I need to work on or a couple of interactions, but Owl sometimes, once he gets into your head and he's got that sort of read on your general habits, he is willing to call them out in the most disgusting ways, and you could just see it happening here with Jezo. You know, we've got like this sort of new top player era Jezo, and Owl is just making it look like another day at the office.
He's slicing through that robot, bro.
I really liked the word you used, specifically and suffocating. And what you said as well, Sam, just picking up on the fact that he was like cornering himself in that first game, and then just putting that into play and suffocating Jezo and taking advantage of those habits. I just think Owl was so good at kind of picking up on those little things and then just making you feel just so, like you said, Joyce, so stupid for like falling into that trap, and just like having those habits. He's so methodical at that, and it's just, it shines through in every set that he plays.
He's having a field day with that Scintilla, by the way.
Oh, he's doing those. I think, you know, using the down beam, especially from last game, just goes to show like the familiarity between these two. Because like I know Jezo at the start of the game, like what down throw, like look, there's so many of these options. Like not just at the start for the down throw, fair for the down beat. He down beat there because he knew Jezo was gonna be aggressive. I feel like it's just a costume to show us how much they've actually played. Oh my god!
He hit that on Pelly too, man. Like you were talking about that earlier about how he makes you feel stupid. Like he will hit up throw into weight into up B.
Yeah,
like he will just
that.
hit the most nut stuff, and you just feel like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's testament to just how down pat Owl has, specifically this player matchup down, with the fact that nobody gets down B as often as that. You never see that happen. But Owl just has such a good read on character and player habits off Jezo that he's able to get this sort of stuff. Like the up throw, way up B. It's like you can only get stupid stuff when you've really got somebody figured out. Right?
I'm wondering like what the with Seth being so like big, is like a big hurt box. I wonder like what the gyro combos like, if they're easier on him or not, since he's light.
Well, they'll kill earlier. Yeah, being tall and light is like generally a bad idea, but the fact that he's thin could help him.
He's thin, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, I know Jezo's been doing a lot of these double toss combos to kind of come back into the game sometimes, or even just to maintain a lead. And I do want to see it. I just want to know if they're like easier on him.
I feel like
he's just not getting a chance to use them.
I mean, it would probably be easier, right? Because a lot of Rob's gyro combos can require Rob to just be so close to you, the fact that you two are like in contact. And so I think just being thin would not matter in that regard, because Rob's right up in your face as you dropping that gyro. So I believe it probably makes it easier, especially catching with a side B.
That's fair.
I've got to say that I think something that's a little out of character here for Jezo is there have been a couple of plays which I would very much describe as desperate. There was a sort of like running all the way down to the blast zone to try and catch our recovery. There was a moment there as well where it's particularly for Jezo, who is sort of, no matter the opponent so far and the situation, he's been very stoic. He's been very calm. He's stuck to the game plan. He's taken moments when he's needed them. And I wonder if the pressure of playing someone that has, you know, again, time and time again.
Oh
You've
my
seen,
lord!
Yeah,
See
like
what I mean?
like with a player like Mazebeans, for example, where, you know, he's played him 6 times in a month, and it's been, you know, fine. Jezo's worked things out. He's kept his cool, but having someone in your region that no matter how many times you play, no matter how much data you get, you just can't consistently get around him. I feel like Owl was probably the last person that Jezo wanted to play today.
Yeah, I mean, he was telling me just before. He said, "I'd rather have Owl because like." Pelly's tiring.
Oh, that's, you know what? Respectable.
So, but at the same time,
That
you know,
is
facing someone who just knows your game plan in and out, it can be very, very difficult to adapt as well. Like, I don't know how recently these guys have played. Like, I've got no idea what last these guys played were. But once again, I'm so back in the fact that this set is showing how well, how slow on the mark.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's just like Owl just has it figured out, and it's rare to kind of see a set where one player is just constantly on the back foot, irrespective of the percent. So Jezo could have a percent lead in the next 10 seconds, but he'll still be on the back foot because he'll just be fighting so much harder for each and every percent that Owl has been in that set.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Owl show right now. Someone's changed the programming.
I get what you're saying, Dan, about even if it's a stock
you know,
lead or percent lead, obviously the Owl's always on the front foot, I guess. But for me, Rob is a character where the stocks matter, but the percents don't. You know what I mean? I feel like with Jezo's Rob as well, like he's shown time and time again, like I said before, the gyro combos when he gets his double tosses going. It's just a case of like how the hell does he find?
Oh my
You know what
god!
I mean?
Typically I would completely agree.
He's got the lead now as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a start lead.
This is
a situation, just Owl having Jezo figured out. It just feels different.
No, I get what you mean. This is going to be the first time that we're going to be seeing Owl actually going to be chasing now.
Yeah.
You know, he's actually going to be. We're going to see how Owl responds to kind of like how does he catch up to Jezo? How does he like force him to play his game again?
Yeah, a lot of Owl's playstyle is about being really, really calm. So if Jezo can hit something that makes you that little bit nervous, get that lead, it can hopefully help him get a little bit better. But oh my god, like converting off that was beautiful. And again, he stays calm nonetheless.
That was a
Like
bit gross, that wasn't it?
yeah, that was so really nice.
A little bit disgusting. This is what I mean. Despite just being behind, Owl it just feels like Owl's in control.
I think that's the thing though. On the first couple of stocks, it did feel like Jezo was, we've seen that new era Jezo, right? That one that we've been seeing all the way through this tournament. And there are still shades of it here and there, but it's going to take, I feel like, a little bit more. I reckon we'll see a game win here. I think, Jez has sort of been getting the right ideas for certain bits and pieces, but he's got to keep his cool.
Nice catch on that. Good up there.
Oh my
nice.
word.
He's cooking with the
Oh my
gyro.
word. I'm not sure if we will see a game win,
Oh, good landing there. Ooh, I like that. I really like that.
Yeah,
That was nice.
Get back to the lower stage quicker.
Oh, just
that it?
that might be it.
He's a light boy.
He's alive.
He's not light enough.
Stunning DI.
Yeah,
Go jump though.
Okay.
Catch. Catch.
Jez on the board.
Jez is on the board for that. I'm surprised Robert didn't kill, but fantastic chasing, just kind of staying grounded and kind of maintaining that advantage state with that last situation. That was good. Good kind of keeping his nerve there, especially in that game 3 potentially last game. So good showing. Very, very good show from
Especially
Jezo
with
there.
the gyro in his hand. Like, you saw it came from literally from an angel from above with that gyro coming down, nearly clicking the stop with the up air as well. So that was a really big scare. I know Jezo probably was taken aback by that, but good at it. Good on him to kind of weather the storm and still find that win. I've seen so many times Owl, or even other players like Pelly will win those games where they're behind a lot. They find that last pressure moment where they can and just click those wins and just sneak by them. Not Owl this time. Jezo's still on the board.
Yeah, and a game win is definitely a confidence boost, right?
Huge.
With how, it was looking pretty dire all the way through, and even towards the end of that game 3, it began slipping away a little bit, but Jezo being able to clutch it out in that moment is going to give him that confidence, although he's going to need a little bit more than confidence, given the way that once again, Owl with a really dominant start to a game.
It's interesting where Owl's got a lot of his kind of mileage from throughout the entire set, and it has.
Oh my
fucking
god!
Just that
pull over.
It covers a lot of options, but it still feels really dumb when you get hit by it.
Look, I'm just gonna say that adds to my point I was gonna make. Owl's got so much mileage from the ledge, and my god, that up smash really kind of showed.
Oh, he's got an item tech too. He's
just so adept at using the gyro.
Yeah.
Just has every corner of this matchup down pat.
It's so interesting to see how Owl fights Rob compared to other times today, where I'll keep saying it, you should never shield gyro, right? And I'm seeing a lot of times people shield gyros and shoot another one. Owl's never shielding that shit. He's always catching it, or leaving it alone, or when he does get it, he throws it in the air. Something with it. You know
Countering it as well.
Yeah, or countering it.
A Seth unique thing is that you can just counter that. And honestly, boys, this is looking like a pretty wrapped up story right now. Owl just sort of keeping the status quo, going 3 stocks to 1. Jezo, again, he does not quit until it says game on the screen, but he's got to get a lot to get that.
Yeah, like you say, it's almost looking like an insurmountable wall, Joyce. I'm not too happy that you took that game, Joyce. Let me remind you why our set count is
This is how it starts, though.
Oh, fantastic read on the air does that.
Yeah.
See, just even the character and the player habits now.
I mean, some of it's mental too. I can see Jezo going for some of these gyro setups and just missing them. And it's that kind of thing that can tilt you, but using the arm to deflect that. That was nice. Oh,
Got caught in the gyro zone. Didn't get the
you know
kill
what?
off it, though.
He could bring this back.
But
This
we
is
are back
very
at the
winnable.
ledge. This is where Owl's really been shining for the entire set.
Yeah, it's definitely been
Oh,
a win
God.
Doesn't get the big hit of that up smash. Gets a southpaw. Ooh,
Okay,
oh
my
my
boy.
One
And we're back
gyro
in.
nair.
I'm
One
telling
gyro
you,
nair.
telling you, percents don't matter, guys. Stocks do. For Rob.
Jezo's got 1 foot out the grave right now, trying to make it back.
Oh my god.
This space on the F
wall
tilt.
This is how it happens.
Wall standing
Oh.
tall. The
He's
up
raising
tilt's
the
coming
roof.
out. Roof to up air.
Is he gonna celebrate today?
Up throw again above the edge. Up of the platform gets us safely enough.
These offstage situations as well, Jezo has to play so preemptive given how much space Sephiroth can cover. Rob, and it's hard character to edge guard, but Owl is more than happy to rinse and repeat it at 140%, but Jezo makes it back.
Oh, if the gyro was still there, you could have down tilted him into the gyro zone where you're between you and the gyro, but just couldn't get it. No, it's a loop thing.
Hold on.
That's
Oh,
what
no look!
Oh,
Yep.
Oh,
Up air
way.
coming out, catching Jezo, trying to throw out an air to land safely. Owl taking that set 3-1.
The TV licenses run out. The Jezo show is over, guys.
Well, that is an end to the Jezo show program. We're now going to go
But what
to
an end.
teleshopping.
What an ending,
What an
though,
end.
right?
What a
Like, people are going to be
finale.
talking about that series for years.
yeah,
absolutely.
honestly.
I gotta tell my kids about that channel, man.
I
Honestly.
think Jezo show is going to get renewed. I think we're going to see it soon. Is Jezo MCQ?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I think that would be to run Rise, Brink, Invasion, and MCQ in a row is something not for the faint of heart. I'll say that much.
Something only Maze Beans can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Only made. I mean, to be fair,
Grinder.
even he DQ'd from Brink because he wanted to avoid burnout. So.
Right.
Yeah, so something only.
Oh, Rise.
we
Sorry,
could do.
right, not Brink. We're
that
in Brink.
something only we could do?
Rise.
Go.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah,
Real.
But that was incredible. Like, you know, a lot of that set, the first to start came down to that more methodical play, as we saw, right? And then as time went on, it focused more and more on I'll be able to abuse Jez cornering himself. Like, Jez was very much, like, especially after game one, he was cornering himself so much, and then he just kind of kept that corner, both on the ledge and just in general with forward airs and back airs. So,
Yeah.
It felt a little bit like going into it, it was a bit like fighting, what's that geezer from Metal Gear, like Psycho Mantis. It was always like, you know exactly what they were going to do
Yeah.
at that point. And that's a real scary thing because you're walking in and then it's like, right, games 1 and 2, I know every single damn move you're going to go for. And then it felt like almost game 3 Jezo sort of regained control and was like, wait, hang on, this is not old Jezo that's, 12 and 3 down or whatever. This is new Jezo. This is, shattering expectations Jez.
Yes.
And Owl did, play very well to that, the adjustments were there. And I feel like if we had that almost game 3 Jezo in game 1, we may have seen a really back and forth set. But again, it's a big mountain to climb, and obviously, but huge congrats to Jez. I think even by, the standards that were going in and sort of the expectations, he has gone above and beyond. 4th place.
Yeah.
a couple of good wins under his belt as well, as we said, Pelly, SmashUK, and Maze Beans as well.
Yeah.
3 very, very high-level players. So he should be very, very proud of himself, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
shouts to Jezo.
he said alone to me, he goes, I've been SmashUK. I think I felt myself going maybe O2 today. And I was like, really?
Really?
4th. Wow. So he's done very well for himself.
4th at Brink,
Yeah,
man.
definitely. Sebastian's
Yeah,
own
but-
expectations. Zero choice. I really like that Psycho Mantis analogy. You like landing with Nair, don't you? just hitting that up air, just calling out, just knows what you want to do. Just let me read your mind.
Big shouts to Owl though, because a lot of the times when someone's 2-0 down, they win a game, you kind of expect the game 5
Yeah.
to just shut that down. Was just like it's not happening.
Not happening.
You know what I mean, it's
Not
not
doing that.
happening.
His
Dream's
mental.
over.